Hello and welcome to Abhimanu IAS. I am Rajdeep Chandrakar, Senior Faculty of Geography at Abhimanu IAS. Today's topic is very important. The topic is Indus Water Treaty. Why this is important? Because for the first time in post-independent history, Indus Water Treaty remains suspended since the Pahalgam attack of the April 2025. So this treaty remains suspended since 23rd of April 2025 on the backdrop of Pahalgam attack. So we need to know what is Indus Water Treaty, what is the water sharing mechanism as far as Indus and its tributaries are concerned, what is dispute resolution mechanism if any dispute arises related to water sharing between India and Pakistan, what could be the implications if the treaty remains suspended in India as well as in Pakistan. Who is the mediator, whether this is a bilateral treaty, all these things we will look into this video as far as Indus Water Treaty is concerned. So first of all, this treaty is related to the Indus and its 5 tributaries, that is Indus, Jhelum, Chenab, Ravi, Byas and Satluj. This treaty was signed in the year 1960, exactly on September 19th, 1960 in Karachi. So from Pakistan side, President Ayub Khan was there, and from our side, from India's side, Prime Minister Jawaharlal Nehru was present at the signing ceremony. And this treaty was signed in which the water sharing between Indus and its 5 tributaries was finalized. So the western rivers, that is Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, was given to the Pakistan. 80% of its water was given to the Pakistan, whereas the eastern rivers, 80% of the waters were given to India. Eastern rivers are basically Ravi, Byas and Satluj. So this treaty was brokered by World Bank, and under this, these western rivers were, that is Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, were given to Pakistan, whereas the eastern rivers Byas, Ravi and Satluj were given to India. Now, what is the mechanism of water sharing, as or what are the bodies that are present in this treaty? So first very important body is Permanent Indus Commission. What is this Permanent Indus Commission? It is basically a bilateral commission of officials from both the sides, from India as well as Pakistan, and they have to meet every year at least once. So while they meet, they discuss how to share the water, what is the implication of it on both the countries. They make a report, they present it to the respected national governments, and then again on the next meeting, they decide what to do or how to review whatever is going on in the treaty. So what are the functions of the commissions as far as this treaty is concerned? First is to study and report to the two governments, that is the government of Pakistan and India, if any problem relating to the development of the waters of the rivers is concerned. For example, if we are going to build a dam on Satluj, then both the officials from Pakistan and India will meet under Permanent Indus Commission. They will discuss that whether the run of the river project has to be developed or what kind of dam we have to develop, and on that basis they will study the whole scenario and then they will present a report to their governments. After that, if any dispute arises out of this situation, then they have to solve the dispute. They have to arrange a technical visit to projects as well as critical river headworks. Headworks are basically from where the dam starts. So there uh, they have to visit. They have to do the technical visit. They have to undertake once in every 5 years a general tour of inspection of the rivers for ascertaining the facts. What kind of facts? That whether the project is at par with the guidelines that has been prepared under the Permanent Indus Commission or the Indus Water Treaty, whether the projects are run of the river projects, whether the dams that are being built, they are at par the technical requirements that is being brokered by the World Bank. So all those things are basically the functions of the commissions, along with any necessary steps for the implementations of the provisions of the treaty. So whatever provisions are there, first step of the treaty is basically the Permanent Indus Commission. Although in some instances in history, the Permanent Indus Commission has delayed its meeting, but this is the first time where it gets suspended. during the war period of 1948, of 1971, 1965, even the Kargil war, during COVID, during this period also they met. But for the first time since the Pahalgam attack, this has remained suspended even after ceasefire has been announced on the May of 10th, 2025. So from that aspect, this becomes very important. The role and function of the Permanent Indus Commission becomes very important. Now, what will be the criteria if there is any dispute? So there is a dispute resolution mechanism, and that is three-tiered dispute resolution mechanism. First is, we already saw the Permanent Indus Commission, which is bilateral in nature. That is, both the officials from both the countries, India and Pakistan, will meet and will discuss that this kind of disputes are arising, and they will report to the government that whether we have to solve the dispute or not. If still there is some dispute, then a neutral body, a neutral expert will be earmarked by the World Bank. So they will appoint a neutral expert and they will suggest that you should take following steps. But again, if we are not satisfied with the guidelines given by the neutral expert, then we can go to the court of arbitration. So court of arbitration is the final step as far as the three-tier dispute resolution mechanism is concerned. So maximum is court of arbitration, that is permanent court of arbitration. This is regarding the mechanism given in the dispute resolution mechanism. What about the water allocation? What will happen to the three rivers, that is Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, and what will happen to the waters of the eastern rivers, that is Ravi, Beas and Satluj? So as far as the eastern rivers are concerned, that is Ravi, Beas and Satluj, India has unrestricted use of these rivers with a total mean annual flow of 41 billion cubic meters, which is around 33 million acre feet. This fact is important because this forms the 20% of the Indus system. And this much water, it basically supports the north and northwestern states of India, that is Punjab, Haryana and Rajasthan. So irrigation related issues, drinking water related usage, industry related usage met by these rivers, and whatever the project, the hydroelectric project that is being built in it, that is being provided by the eastern rivers. So that forms 20% of the Indus system. If we talk about the western rivers, that is Indus, Jhelum and Chenab, there Pakistan has primary rights, and with a flow of 99 billion cubic meters, which comes to 135 billion acre feet. So this is around 3 times or 4 times of the water that is being provided by the eastern rivers of the Indus river system. So it has more access. Hence 80% of the system is with Pakistan, where India can use this for non-consumptive purposes. What kind of non-consumptive purposes? That is hydropower, navigation, fish culture, but they cannot divert the rivers as far as the Indus rivers, these western rivers are concerned. They cannot divert it. Only run of the river project can be built upon it. For example, if we take the example of Jhelum, there we can see one dam, that is Kishan Ganga Dam. So Kishan Ganga Dam is a type of run of the river project where the flow of the project is not restricted. The natural flow of the river is maintained, and on that electricity is built. Hydroelectric potential is built. So that's how India has to utilize the three western rivers. So this is the mechanism of water sharing. If we talk about the major HEPs that is being built in these rivers, then in Jhelum, Kishan Ganga and Uri Dam is being built. In Chenab, Baglihar, Dulhasti, Salal Dam is being built. In Ravi, Chamera Dam and Theen Dam is being built. In Beas, Pong Dam is there. And in Satluj, Hakra Dam is there. So all these are major HEPs, which these are basically eastern rivers. They provide maximum water for the irrigation, maximum water for the industrial uses, for electric hydroelectric potential. Whereas these dams, they basically, here we can use it for non-consumptive uses. That is, the natural flow of the river should be maintained. So that's why we can only build run of the river project. And this run of the river project is basically the river flow is maintained. There is not a significant reservoir in the area. That is, the water is not neither preserved nor diverted, whereas the run of the river is maintained. If we talk about the implications of this Indus Water Treaty, or the suspension of Indus Water Treaty, then its implication is huge on Pakistan. It has very limited implication as far as India is concerned, but on Pakistan, the implication can be severe because 80% of irrigation of Pakistan, meaning the agriculture of Pakistan, is dependent upon these rivers, the water of these rivers. And if India restrict the flow of water of western rivers, then Pakistan will basically dry up. So if we see the 80% of Pakistan's farmland, that is around 16 million hectares, that relies on Indus system, which supports 25% of GDP and 65% of rural workforce, and especially in Punjab and Sindh province. So there, in Punjab and Sindh province, there will be risk of food shortages. This is a huge implication as far as Pakistan's economy is concerned, because Pakistan economy is also an agrarian economy. So that will be hampered. Cost of inflation will be high, cost of food prices will go high. So this will be the implications as far as Pakistan is concerned. And that's why Pakistan is continuously saying that release the water, don't suspend the Indus Water Treaty, otherwise we will go to the ICJ or Permanent Court of Arbitration, we will go to the UN. But we are continuously saying that this is a bilateral treaty, and only India and Pakistan both have to carry forward this treaty. No third party can mediate on this treaty. For example, US was trying to mediate on Indus Water Treaty, but we said this is a bilateral treaty, we will resolve the issue. In similar manner, hydropower potential, 33% of Pakistan's hydropower depends upon the western rivers, that is Indus, Jhelab and Chenab. And if we talk about the water stress, then water stress will be huge because Pakistan is already water stressed, and it faces a risk from reduced data sharing that is related to flood warnings. Suppose if India is holding its water in the summer season, there will be drying. If during rainy season, during monsoon season, suppose India releases water and Pakistan will get flooded because of it. That will be a huge implication. If we do not share the data, then Pakistan will both face the scenario of drought and flood at the same year. So that's why Pakistan, being a lower riparian state, becomes very important for it to know about the Indus and its western tributaries especially, and the other tributaries as well, those, that is the eastern river. So Indus Water Treaty is a very significant issue that is ongoing as far as geography and international relation is concerned. And if you have to write any answer related to Indus Water Treaty, then you have to bring all these points: that has been suspended for the first time, what is the mechanism, dispute resolution mechanism, how the water sharing, water allocation is being done, what would be its implication on Pakistan and India. From India point of view, what could be the possible implication? If we suppose stress out Pakistan on this situation, then Pakistan might retaliate in some other way. That is the only implication as far as India is concerned. Otherwise, there is no implication related to water or environmental point of view. So from Indian perspective, the only thing that is we are considering is basically retaliation from the Pakistan in some other way. That is, some non-state actor point of view, attacks can be escalated from Pakistan side because of this Indus Water Treaty. This kind of things can be seen. This kind of things can be written in the water, in the answer related to water and water stress between India and Pakistan.